Well, first of all, when Roger was giving the announcement, and he was saying about me being a natural on television, and I thought, I hope that was a compliment, because, you know, the last time I heard somebody described as natural, it was at the funeral parlor, and they went up and looked in the casket and said, "Doesn't he look natural?" So, Roger, I can only hope that the natural in which you had pegged me was a very different kind of natural.
You look a lot better than that.
Thank you very much. That's a politician for you. He knows how to recover quickly. Mayor, thank you for being here. What a pleasure, honor it is that you would come and be a part of this event tonight. It really means a lot, and thank you so very much. I think we should give the mayor another hand, and thank you for I'm aware that only about half the crowd is seated and the rest is standing, and one of the things I learned long ago about doing any type of speaking when there was at least half the crowd standing, the briefer the better. I always said Jesus never spoke to a crowd that was all standing up. There would have been another beatitude in the New Testament, blessed are the brief, for they shall be invited again. There was a young kid that went to Harvard, and he was entering his composition class as a freshman. His teacher assigned him this particular task and said, "I want you to understand that for your entire semester, you're to write an essay. And this essay will be judged on two things. One, I'm going to give you 4 topics, and you're to cover those 4 topics in the context of your essay. They're very diverse topics, and you will be judged 50% on your ability to touch on all of these topics in the same essay. And the other part of your grade, the 50% beyond that, is on the brevity with which you can do it. And the topics are," he said, "religion, royalty, sex, and mystery. Half your grade on those 4 topics, the other half on brevity." In the history of Harvard, no one had ever gotten above a C on that assignment until this bright young man was able to score with an A+. His essay was simply this: "My God," said the Queen, "I'm pregnant. I wonder who did it." And with that, he covered all the other subjects in the greatest level of brevity. I hope you don't think I'm that good, but I'll try my best to just keep things very brief. And I understand that I'm supposed to speak a few minutes and then open up for questions, which is the dangerous part of the program for me. I hear a lot of people talk about how these are tough days to be a Republican. I've heard that before. Folks, I grew up in a state where it was always a tough day to be a Republican. I grew up in Arkansas, where even to this day, 80% of all elected officials are Democrats. And when I became governor, 89 of 100 House members were Democrat, and 31 out of the 34 senators were Democrats. It was the most lopsided legislature in the entire United States. No one was close. When I hear people talk about, "Oh, we're a minority party where we are," I'm thinking, you ain't seen nothing, folks. They were so glad to see me when I was elected lieutenant governor that after winning that special election, I got to the state capitol and my door was nailed shut from the inside. I'm not making this up, as Dave Barry would say. Literally nailed shut. And they refused to allow me in. And the Wall Street Journal flew John Fund to Arkansas to see, was it really true? Was it literally nailed shut? And of course reported that yes, indeed, it was literally nailed shut. And it remained that way for 59 days until there was finally such an outcry from people, and they said, "Look, we may not have voted for this guy, but he won the doggone race. Give him the office." And that's how my political experience got underway at the state capitol. I became governor in 1996 in July. The way that happened was that my predecessor was convicted of Whitewater-related felonies and was forced to resign. The governor and lieutenant governor did not run together, so he was a Democrat, I was a Republican. And when he had to resign, then I was sworn in as governor in July of 1996. It was an awkward period in our state's history. There were a number of elected officials who were either indicted or convicted. It got to where we said the 5 most feared words of an Arkansas politician were these: "Will the defendant please rise?"